This episode of the Damage Guild podcast is sponsored by listeners like you. Join the guild at patreon.com/damageguild to receive exclusive perks, member rewards, and bonus content.
Last time on the Damage Guild podcast.
You make camp, and at several points during the night, there are distant sounds of metal clinking.
We decimated their numbers, right?
We don't know how many more there could be.
I'm sure they'll be ready for a fight by the time we return. We could fortify the area.
You could probably build a low wall around the entryway.
Zara, let me see that necklace.
You can pull knives off the necklace, and they will grow into a full-size dagger.
Necklace of infinite blades. Well, that sounds like it might come in handy now and then.
Here, Verrol, and I give you the necklace.
All right, I put it on over my lightstone necklace.
Yeah, because if nothing else, this gives you a ranged attack option, right?
A readily available ranged attack.
Mm-hmm.
I take my darts and my sling and my javelins out and toss them on the ground.
No, you hand them to Stoke and make him carry them.
With that out of the way, I suppose we carry on.
Yes, let us proceed.
So you return back to the stairs once again, and you want to cast the ladder from the top down?
Yep, right, Kardain?
Yeah, so I'm gonna start casting the helpful step spell and 20 feet up.
Okay. Stoke looks up and says, "You know, I'd probably feel a little bit more comfortable about this if I could actually see the top."
Yes, I suppose that would make the going easier. Not sure we have a light source that can be projected that far, but you're welcome to wear the lightstone necklace while you climb, if that would help.
Thank you, sir. That would be much appreciated.
Indeed, and I put it around his neck. Take good care.
I will. So he takes the necklace. This is going to, of course, leave Verrol in the dark once he gets to the top.
It's okay, Verrol. You can put your hand on my shoulder.
Ah, I thank you.
Stoke looks up at the wall. I guess I should just get started then, shall I?
You do have rope.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't lose all our ropes, did we?
No, I still have mine.
I believe 2 of them tied together, right?
Yeah, I still have mine.
Yeah, Jay should have like a dungeon pack starter rope, right?
Yep.
But yeah, Zara and I lost our rope.
Oh, so that was mine that we used? Okay, so I have to remove that from my inventory.
So, yeah, you'll tie the rope around Stoke and pin it as high up in the wall as you can reach, I guess.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It won't help if he falls onto the stairs, but if he falls past the stairs, then it'll help him from falling all the way down the chasm.
Right, from falling endlessly into oblivion.
Yeah, we don't want that to happen.
Oblivion is what we want to avoid.
He starts climbing up. Let's have him roll a few checks.
So, like, Verrol and I, and plus or minus Zara, we're holding the rope.
Yes. Also, in looking through my inventory, I discovered the marvelous miniature ladder, which you can use to speak the command word.
That's right.
But that's a one-time use, though.
Yeah, it's a one-time use. It transforms permanently into a 20-foot-long wooden ladder.
But, like, it wouldn't do what Helpful Steps does, which is, like, I can, like, shoot it up to 60 feet away.
Attaches to a wall. Oh, shoot it in. Yeah, plus it's only a 20-foot ladder, so.
Well, I will say one negative of this spell. We need to hurry. It's only active for 10 minutes.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
So you might want to wait to cast it until he gets up a little ways on the wall.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Let's do
Yeah. Stoke, you keep going. I promise you, I'm going to
back you up.
Yeah, he has a couple of false starts, but then he starts climbing, makes a little bit of progress. He's going to have to make... Well, he only moves 5 feet per successful check, so he's going to have to make several of these to get as far as you want him to get.
Stoke, what if you put your foot there, and then your hand could reach that rock up there?
And we can give him a leg up from the ground, too, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's a little precarious since you're on a staircase, but yeah, you could probably, as long as you have like 2 of you steady on the ground, you can give him a good 5-foot boost to start.
First 5 foot or so, yeah.
Yeah, we need a ladder right now, but that miniature one is for when we really, really need a ladder.
And you absolutely, positively have to ladder overnight.
Yeah.
So he makes it up to about 20 feet up.
He's where I need him to be. Okay, and Kardain is going to cast this woodeny, viney ladder starts to grow out of the cliff face right where Stoke's hands need to start to grasp.
Sweet.
Thank you, Master Dwarf. impeccable timing.
Oh, of course, don't mention it, Stoke.
So he reaches up, grabs the ladder, and starts pulling himself up. And the ladder doesn't quite reach the top. There's an extra couple of feet because it's actually 65-foot drop, but whatever.
Oh, no.
So he gets up there. He can stretch and reach up. It's just the last bit's a little bit harder. Gets both hands on the ledge, pulls, and then...
Oh, no. The DM is smiling.
Oh, no.
What does this mean?
Oh, great.
He's decapitated.
Yeah, the halberd bot is fully repaired and slices his head off.
Not quite, but he pulls his head up, and then you immediately hear him shout, just like, ah! And he drops back down and just barely catches himself on the ladder.
Oh, no.
Whoa.
And you can see a bolt sticking into his shoulder.
Ouch.
Oh, my goodness.
Stoke, how you doing up there?
Some machine at the top shooting down.
Machine?
What?
He took a lot of damage.
Well, don't just hang there. Go up and attack it.
All right, roll for initiative.
Oh, boy.
What? How on earth are we going to deal with something up there?
I'm assuming this is just a standard niche.
Yeah.
Zara got a 24.
Verrol will be going on a 15.
I'm also on a 15. 15's a pretty good number.
It's decent.
Can we have it so that I go before you, Jake? Because I've got conductive weapon and I could cast it on you before you move away from me.
Certainly?
Oh yeah, you can arrange yourselves however you want.
Can we do that so that I go before you?
Yes.
All right, so Zara, you are first.
All right, so he has not yet dropped the rope down for us, right?
Right.
Because he hasn't been able to get up and secure it.
Mr. Crowley, attack.
I guess on his turn, he could try to secure it to the wall. Either way, is now the time that we use the marvelous miniature ladder? That way, the rest of us can get up faster.
Yeah, without using climb checks.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah.
What's the do we have to make climb checks while using a ladder?
No, you could set it up, and again, there'd be probably like a foot or two gap between one ladder and the next, and then another couple feet at the top, but it's simple enough to make that without having to do a climb check.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, my impression of ladders or the helpful step spell is that it takes away the necessity of doing difficult climbing checks.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just referring to the spaces in between. They're small enough that you could kind of skip from one to the next.
What spaces?
Between where the ladders would be, because they don't quite reach the full height together.
Is it a trap or is it a creature?
I said it's a machine. I would imagine it looks like a stationary gun, like some kind of bolt thrower or something. Is it moving, Stoke, or is it merely shooting at you?
I didn't get a good look, sir. It looks like the same style as those clockwork things we saw in the other room.
Well, poke your head up again and have another look then.
Yes, perhaps it's used its reaction for the turn and you can take it by surprise.
Let's talk strat. We're at a huge disadvantage if they're just waiting for us up there. I would want them to have to come to us.
Well, then they're calling our bluff. Maybe they just left it a stationary gun emplacement to trouble us. That's my theory. He didn't see anybody moving around, he just saw this thing up there. So we need to get up to the top and start battling it. Or else I think it's just going to sit up there and wait for us.
Yeah, because that was my next question is, do we retreat and regroup? But I'm assuming, yeah, it's just going to sit there. If it's an automaton, even if it can move, it's just going to sit there and wait for us and doesn't need to eat, doesn't need to sleep. So the other thing I could do is send Mr. Crowley up to get a better look at it.
Robots don't take vacation days, Kardain.
Exactly.
Well, if it is this kind of like we have to crest the cliff and they're not coming to us, I would love to leverage the fact that I'm a support caster. And then, like, as my action economy, once we're actually face-to-face with these things, is not great. But if we have time, yeah, I want to milk Kardain's spell loadout.
Yeah.
I like that plan.
Can Zara ready as an attack?
Why don't you put the ladder up?
Yeah, I think that's probably the safest bet. I'm going to put the ladder up. Actually, well, according to the map here, I'm back, but I would assume that I would have moved up.
Probably not.
Yeah, probably close to you guys.
You probably had moved up to the action to make sure that your precious Stoke was climbing okay.
But I'm also back 10 feet still from the actual wall, so...
Well, move, item interaction, and yeah.
Yeah.
You should be able to do it all.
Okay, so yes, I'll do that. So I will move past you guys for one action. Second action, activate the... Oh, I guess I have to retrieve the ladder, don't I?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This might take your whole turn to move, retrieve, and activate.
Okay, well, that's fine. If we're not in a big rush anyway, I'll just do that. So move up, retrieve the ladder, and activate it. So it becomes a full-size 20-foot ladder. And I'm assuming I can just kind of like hold it out as I activate it to like set it in place, maybe?
Yeah, I think you can just get up there and have it on the ground as your activation.
Okay.
You're directly below Stoke. You set the ladder up and wedge it into some of the bumps and cracks of the damaged staircase to try to hold it sturdily in place.
Okay. And since Mr. Crowley does have independent, I'll just go ahead and use that, so it's a free action. He only gets the one action, so I say, Mr. Crowley, quick, fly up to the top. And he immediately turns and flies back toward the way we came. He gets 25 feet up into the air. And that ends my turn.
All right, Master Dwarf, buff me.
Well, I don't know if I want to give it to you yet because we might be down here a while we figure out things.
I will not. I will be climbing upon my turn.
Really? You're just going to rush up there?
Indeed I am.
Okay.
Stoke needs me.
All right.
I will say you're not going to be able to move past each other on these ladders.
Right.
Indeed.
Yeah, but it makes sense. Like, if I'm the healer, I could be on the ground, like, sending the temporary hit points and actual hit points up to them. Be aware, Jay, it's only a 1-minute duration, so it would be unfortunate to give it to you and then you don't get to use it for several turns.
For climbing, the ladders will give you an automatic critical success, which allows you to move 10 feet per action, which means it's still going to take you 2 full rounds to get up there.
Right.
Are you okay with me buffing you once we get up there, or you're okay burning a few rounds of the conductive weapon? I'm fine casting it on you now. I mean, it's an inconvenient spell, and I may not be next to you or Stoke in the future.
Yeah, I would say do what you're going to do now. I'm okay as long as you are with using a couple rounds to get up there. That way I'm ready with it as soon as I can attack.
Okay, I will do so. There, I know you don't like me touching your rapier, but give me a second here. And I grab his out. I mean, assuming you have your rapier ready, and I will cast conductive weapon.
Do you need me to have my rapier in my hand? Because while Stoke was climbing, I probably wasn't holding my rapier
In case he falls.
because I didn't want to poke him on the way down if he were to fall on me. I was kind of more standing there waiting for him in case he fell.
So, one metal weapon that is unattended or is wielded. So, it could be in its scabbard, and I could still charge it.
Okay.
All right, Verrol, you're gonna need this extra power. We figured out that electric works on these things. So if that's what we're facing.
Many thanks, Master Dwarf.
Okay, so if we need to go single file up the ladder, like would it be helpful if I moved like out of the way? Like you said, we can't pass each other with how narrow this is, right?
Not on the ladder. We can pass each other on the ground, just not
okay.
while we're climbing.
Yeah.
I see. Do I need to get my shield ready? You were saying that like with the new speed modification.
You're not going to be able to climb while holding your shield.
Right. I mean, if I need to be out of the way so that Verrol can go up the ladder, maybe I should just spend my third action just raising my shield or giving guidance or something, but guidance is going to go away.
Or putting the shield away so that you could climb up afterwards.
Yeah, that's true. I do need to put it away for climbing. All right, so I guess, well, hopefully by this point, like, Kardain's figured out a way to, like, put his huge shield on his pack. Like maybe some hooks or something?
Mm-hmm.
They have those like leather straps or strings that you can have on shields. I don't remember what it's called.
Oh, okay, so I can kind of like wear it like over my backpack.
So you just fling it back over your shoulder and yeah, it would like hang on top of your backpack and everything else.
Okay, and I get my straps all in order. I'm like, all right, getting ready to climb.
Okay, next. Verrol.
All right, I will dart forward toward the ladder and begin climbing as fast as I possibly can.
So, since you weren't right next to it to start with, you have to also spend one of your actions to get to the ladder. So, you make it up 20 feet on the ladder.
I say, Stoke, I'll be right there. Wait for me so that we might attack in tandem.
I'll hold on here, sir. See, he's still kind of nursing the wound in his shoulder.
Have you a potion you might drink?
I'm afraid I used up my last potion in our previous encounter, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, no.
So I'll just wait here then, and he readies his buckler in case something else shoots at him.
Very well.
Don't worry, we're coming, Stoke. Yeah, there's no shame in taking a defensive position, right? He's the front of our train, of our ladder train.
I think his next turn he can, like, raise his shield before he resumes climbing, right?
I mean, yeah, we're getting critical successes, right? So, like, I feel like he doesn't need both of his arms to climb up a ladder. necessarily, right?
Well,
It's a little awkward, yeah.
He could climb the rest of the way.
But he could like climb to the edge and then
Yeah, right.
he probably can't raise a shield beforehand because it's two-handed to do a pull-up at the top,
okay.
since there's no ladder there anymore.
Yeah.
Well, this is why you have bodyguards, Verrol, so he can take the next arrow.
All right, hold on. Before Stoke spends his turn doing nothing, is he close enough to the top that next turn, or whenever he does start his actions, he'll be able to climb up within one action?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's at the very
Cool.
top of the ladder I created, right?
Yeah. There's not really anything that he can do if you don't want him to go over the top. So he's just waiting there, ready.
I mean, I don't think we want him to go without us. Just to take more damage? Why?
You hear a bit of scrabbling up in the distance on the right across the chasm, and then you see one of those creatures poking its head over the edge,
Oh no.
looking down at you.
Those
It's
white
the same things that you fought here before.
creepy creatures, yeah.
What?
It lets out sort of high-pitched screech. And then it takes its club that it's holding and just throws it.
What? A throwing club?
It's where? On the other side of the chasm?
Yeah, but it throws it at Stoke. It's the closest target. Fortunately, the club is a bit of an awkward weapon to be throwing, so Stoke just kind of pulls in and ducks against the side of the wall, and the club bounces off and misses.
Phew.
And then the creature backs up out of view. And now we're back to Zara.
Okay, so it's out of view now. With my dark vision, can I still see it?
No, it's way up there, so it's completely out of sight.
Oh, I see. It's not just dark, it's up and over the ledge across the chasm. Okay, gotcha. Well, when I first saw it, it changed what I was going to do for the turn, but now that it's out of view, that changed what I'm going to do for the turn. So, let's see, Mr. Crowley is 25 feet up.
30 feet up, because he started at your shoulder height.
Oh, right, okay. So either way, if he goes another 25 feet, that still wouldn't quite be enough. So I think I have to spend an action
He can only fly 25 feet per...
per his action.
Yeah, the freebie, right? The independent.
Yeah, but if I spend an action to command him, he gets 2 actions, which means he can fly 50 feet total.
Okay. I was thinking it might be cool to have Mr. Crowley test the defenses to see if that thing shoots as a reaction or on its turn,
That's true.
so that when Stoke pops his head up, he knows whether to expect to be immediately shot or not.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to send him up, so I spend an action to command him
Cool.
and say, Mr. Crowley, fly up there and see what that thing is. And so he flies basically straight up the wall.
He caws angrily at you first,
Yeah, exactly.
but he obeys.
I'll have him just go up until he's up at the top of that wall to see what happens.
So just over the edge of the ledge.
Yeah, the 65, 70 feet up. Yep.
As he crests the surface, you see another bolt come flying.
Ah,
Aha.
information.
It strikes Mr. Crowley
No.
Ouch.
Mr. Crowley, no.
for...
Considering he has 5 hit points, I doubt he's long for this world.
Strikes him for 5 points of damage.
Wait, familiars, their health pool grows as we level up. I don't think that kills him.
Yeah, he's got 10 hit points now.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Oh, all right. Nice.
Dude.
Hey, Mr. Crowley.
Oh, he's been going to the gym.
Dude, yeah.
Mr. Crowley don't skip no leg day.
He could take an arrow to the chest and be like, what now?
All right, so now he has a bolt sticking out of his chest now.
Probably just flies straight through his wing.
Oh, ooh, ouch.
Yeah, there you go.
I think I figured out what's going on up here. There's an enemy. Okay, so what does he see now?
Are you using your action to look through his eyes?
Oh, that's right.
Yes. Right? I mean,
Yeah, I think I kind of have to.
it's a good use of an action.
Yeah, that's true. All right, spend an action. You see Zara's eyes roll back into her head, and suddenly she can see through Mr. Crowley's eyes.
So he can actually see both of the enemies. There's the one that's on the ledge to your right, and it's pulled back about 20 feet away. And then there's the one sitting at the top of the staircase. This looks similar to the ones that you fought before, except that this is only kind of a broken piece of one. It's missing its legs, and it's just kind of propped up against the wall with its weird crossbow-shaped arm pointing forward.
Yeah. Yep, they set it up as a perimeter gun, right?
Wow.
Congo style or alien style.
All right, so Mr. Crowley does have 10 feet of movement left, so I'll just have him come back down out of view of that creature.
Okay.
That leaves me one action. I could cast shield on myself. I'm probably not going to get attacked, or I could just start climbing.
It wouldn't hurt, I suppose. It's just a ladder.
Kardain, would you like to be in front or at the bottom here?
I mean, I'm all for us not wasting actions. You can go ahead, lady.
All right, very well. I start climbing.
You make it 10 feet up the ladder, and we're now on to Kardain's turn.
Kardain, at higher levels, are you going to get a fruit cannon that you can just launch cornucopias at us and just splatter us with health?
I do get something that's not nearly as cool as what you just described.
Okay.
Yeah, I just need to be efficient here. So Stoke isn't too far from me, right? Am I technically within 60 feet of him?
Yeah, of his feet.
All right.
60 feet of his feet.
And Kardain starts to whip around a little bit of water and chucks it, and I'm going to rouse and splash.
A little splash.
Stoke gains 4 hit points.
Oh,
Nice.
that's max.
Max.
Oh,
Max, dude.
yeah, max.
yeah.
Get splashed, Stoke.
I could just start climbing and just be behind Zara, right? I could be 5 feet up. I mean, I need to move over anyway, and my move is just terrible, so...
Yeah, dude.
So why don't I move up the ladder?
I'd get to climbing.
So you're 5 feet up, you're right underneath Zara, and it is Verrol's turn.
I shall climb.
Okay, you make it just a little bit beneath Stoke, and on his turn,
Hopefully it only has one reaction per turn, Stoke.
I'll move up first, you follow after.
I will be right behind you.
So he moves up over the top and starts running up the stairs.
Whew.
Charge!
Spends his whole turn getting to the enemy.
All right. Stoke. Don't know what we'd do without him. Die, probably.
If he can't do anything, shouldn't he not do his full move and consider just raising a buckler?
He should definitely raise his shield. I thought that was the plan. He was going to raise his shield as soon as...
Yeah, I feel like raising a shield's better than just arbitrarily charging in.
Yeah, he's not Rambo over here.
I mean, basically.
Also, he shouldn't be too far from Verrol. Verrol's relying on that light source. Like, are you going to stumble up the stairs in the darkness?
He doesn't have the reactive strike, otherwise that probably would have been a better... But, so he moves mostly up and has his shield ready.
Yeah, okay. I don't feel super bad about climbing in the dark.
He's not Superman. He's Stoke, but...
He is Stoke, to his credit.
He's not a one-man army. He needs us. We need to get to him.
You hear Stoke let out another painful gasp, but not nearly as bad as the first one. Just Then that enemy that's across the pit from you does the same sort of thing that the last one did when you were fighting it.
Oh no, it's going to run and jump across the chasm.
Tries to make a jump.
Wow.
I get the feeling that as a dungeon master, Thane just likes this map. He likes it enough to do 2 encounters in the same space.
Oh, yeah. It's a big deal.
Well, I mean,
It is interesting.
logically, you've been away for like 2 full days, so
Yes.
we've had plenty of time to figure things out here.
Shame on us to explore the cool, beautiful world outside.
So this one manages to do a leap cleanly across, landing on the top of the stairs. Actually, it doesn't even want to land at the top. This one lands just above Verrol, so that he's within range, and swings down with
What?
another club that he has.
He just like Spider-Man's onto our ladder?
Yep.
Jeez.
These things are amazing.
That is a hit for 8 points of damage.
Oh.
So it's now on the ladder just above you, blocking your way to Stoke. Even though Stoke's light is up above, you can kind of see its silhouette outlined against the background of the walls. It probably would count as concealed, though.
That's a 20% chance for you to miss,
Yeah.
because you can't quite see it.
Okay.
Zara.
Okay, so now I'm 10 feet up the ladder. Verrol is 50 feet up the ladder, and then the creature is just above him on the ladder, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is awkward.
What if we had a way to dispel this magical ladder right now?
Then all of us would fall.
Well, just Verrol and the Beast.
Just Verrol, that's true.
But Verrol would probably fall onto you,
True.
Yeah.
and then you would all fall.
That's true.
I just thought it would be funny. I don't think we should do that.
Okay, so if I cast a spell where there's a saving throw, that wouldn't factor cover in, right? Because it can't.
They only have lesser cover, and lesser cover does not affect reflex saves.
Okay, then I think my best bet here is to cast Electric Arc. Even though I can only see one enemy, I'll still cast it on the albino creature thing. So it makes a reflex save.
The albino golem.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, sorry. Range is 30 feet, so I am 50 feet away from it.
You could climb.
No, I'd have to climb 3 times. If I can only move 10 feet per climb.
What about climb and then make the needle darts shot? Like, Brian, you could just roll really well and make this shot.
Take the shot. That's true, because that's a range of 60 feet.
Even though you and I could just, like, sit back here and, like, cast a bunch, it's tempting. I feel like we should be trying to make it our way up the ladder and support Stoke, right? You could move and shoot the needle darts, and sure, Verrol's causing lesser cover, but it's like you could still roll really well. You could make the shot. I could do it.
It's only a -1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
All right, Verrol, I apologize in advance, and I cast needle darts.
He's a swashbuckler. He could, like, dangle from the ladder like his foot. Or, yeah, you just lock your foot into the ladder, and then you roll back out of the way of the needle darts.
Needle darts with cold iron, my frying pan at my hip.
Just because it's something new we got, I'm kind of hoping, Jay, that you get to use the new necklace.
All right, with the -1 from cover, that is a 13.
That's a miss.
Yeah, I figured. All right, and then I will climb up 10 feet.
So you're up to 20. And Kardain.
Verrol, let me give you a little bit of support. I know you don't like it when I do this either, but you don't like it when I cast anything on you, but it's for your own good, okay?
Master Kardain, I've come to understand the benefits of your magic, such as it is.
Oh, well, I'm really glad to hear that.
And I get another bit of magical water going and splash him with it.
So Verrol also gets 4 hit points.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right.
I love that this cantrip's finally paying off, because I've been getting terrible rolls with it.
Sweet.
And yeah, I'll climb as much as I can.
Can't pass Zara, so that only brings you up to 15 feet.
Yeah, that's fine.
Verrol.
All right, so if this guy's just outside of the light, because the light's hitting the top of the ledge and he's just below it, can I not see, like, his silhouette?
That's what I said. You can see a silhouette, but I think that would still count as concealed,
Okay.
which is the lesser disadvantage.
Yeah, that's a minor form of I have a little trouble seeing this thing.
Yeah.
Okay, but he has no trouble seeing me, right?
Presumably,
Do these guys have eyes?
yes.
Okay. So if I used intimidating glare to try to demoralize him, then I wouldn't take any penalties for that, right?
Right?
Okay. I'll do that as my first action. Oh, that's a terrible roll. That's a 10.
Yeah, that's not enough.
And I think I'm going to draw my rapier and attempt to attack him.
I don't think there's any penalty to attacking while you're climbing. You are off guard, but that's only for defense. It's not for attacking, so...
All right. Then I shall attempt to strike. Oh, the 24.
Oh!
Right, that hits.
And for damage, 11.
So you strike him with your electric rapier.
Oh, yeah. Did
Oh,
it
yeah.
factor in the extra stuff?
Yeah, it's in there.
Extra d6 of electricity damage. Nice.
And the creature shouts and shudders a little bit from the electricity.
Have at thee, knave.
You still have 1 action left.
I drew...
Or actually, no, you had to pull out the rapier. Sorry.
Yeah,
Stoke. None of you can see what he's doing,
correct.
but you hear some footsteps and sounds of battle.
Sounds of battle. Have I mentioned recently how much I regret not taking combat climber?
You did mention it.
As a matter of fact,
I was like, that'll never be relevant. Like,
You hear a single hard clang, and then Stoke shouts back, "It's taken care of!"
got him! Heck yeah, Stoke! Woo! We all start chanting, Stoke, 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 Stoke,
Stoke! Verrol, you gotta give that man a raise when we get back to
I do. I must write my grandfather immediately.
He just rolled a 26 to get a critical hit for 26 damage.
Oh my god. Oh, Stoke. Who doesn't love a Stoke?
Zara.
yeah, except the one person he wishes did.
Back to the other enemy's turn. And it's going to continue to attack Verrol.
What's its attacks like? So it threw its club, right? Is it just clawing?
It threw a club, but you see it has a different cudgel that it apparently picked up when it ran back. So it's carrying another one.
Okay.
Critical miss,
Heck yeah.
and regular miss.
Dude. Wow, I'm so lucky.
Amazing.
Whew.
Yeah, those are some horrible rolls.
They must have been.
Zara.
All right. I will try my needle darts again.
If you climbed, would you be close enough for electric arc?
Yeah.
Yes, I would.
Is that better?
It might not be better. They might be really high reflex.
That's true. My pad reflex, it's only 2d4 damage instead of 3d4 damage.
Yeah. Well, I think Thane's asking the right question, though. Do you think that they're weaker in their armor class, or are they weaker in their reflex? I don't remember. It's been too long since we fought them. I don't remember.
Given the fact that this thing just jumped like across a 20-foot chasm, I'm going to assume that their dex is pretty high.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to stick with the needle darts route.
That seems logical. It might have a lower than average armor class.
Super good at jumping, not as good at hitting.
Yeah, they're not wearing any armor.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a 25 that time.
Wow.
That's a hit.
All right.
There you go.
Roll DiMaggio. 11 piercing damage.
Oh, I see some fours.
4, 4, 3. Almost
That was
max.
almost max.
Nice.
Whew. Baby.
Very nice. Very nice indeed.
3 darts fly into it, strike it in its lower abdomen.
And then I'll climb up another 10 feet.
Has Mr. Crowley done anything?
No, I haven't had him really do anything. I'll just have him fly away from the creature out of harm's way.
Okay, Kardain.
Yeah, I'll keep climbing. I mean, I haven't splashed Zara yet, but I don't know if that helps.
Is it cumulative? So, like, if you splash somebody multiple times, does it keep adding?
No, it gives you.
You can only be affected by it once per 10 minutes.
Well, they had to put a cooldown on that. I think it'd be way too strong. I would just be spamming that cantrip for sure. I think I really despise the action economy of cornucopia. I could just climb. I can't climb any higher because you're there, Brian. What if I just went ahead and cornucopia'd so that we're going to need it? We already need healing to go out. I'm already going to make it after this fight anyway. It lasts for 10 minutes.
Might as well.
Yeah, so I'm going to spend my turn. I mean, like, I could splash Zara, but I don't think Zara's in danger right this moment.
I'm not sure that it really helps you to cast it now, though. It's one action.
I can just put it in my pocket.
It'll still be an action to pull it out later.
Right.
Yeah.
But it saves me one action.
But still, it's like a healing potion that you have on hand.
Yeah, I guess, save one action.
Well, I don't have a long-range attack that hits the enemy from here, I don't think.
Right.
I'm at 25 feet. Some elemental blasts are 60 foot. My type of elemental blast is not one of them. It is a 30-foot elemental blast.
Yeah, and your spells are also 30 feet, so you can't quite reach.
So, yeah, I'll go ahead and Kardain has his wicker cornucopia sprouts out of his hand, and then I hand myself the fruit. I dump it out into my own hand, and then... wait, even better. I, open one of my shirt pockets and dump it into my shirt pocket.
Here you are, Kardain. Oh, thank you, Kardain. Oh, think nothing of it, Kardain.
My pleasure.
Is it that big of a deal for me to,
To put something away for free.
could I just have it in my hand and still be climbing?
You need both hands to climb.
Climbing. Well, but we get critical successes, though, don't we?
Yeah, but the prerequisite of the climb action is you have 2 hands free.
Okay.
I think it's fine to cast it into your own pocket.
Right, it's not like I'm pulling it out of a pocket.
Yeah, you're creating it on your person. That's probably good enough.
Sweet. All right, so Kardain's got a nice big juicy fruit stuck in his shirt pocket.
Juicy fruit.
Juicy fruit.
That's my turn.
Not a sponsor.
Yeah, just like Chipotle with the last campaign, also not a sponsor. I like their brisket. I wish that we could have gotten that sponsorship.
Verrol?
I think I want to try demoralizing again with an intimidating glare. Actually, wouldn't fainting help negate the off-guardness that I have because I'm climbing?
Not negate it, but it could make him off guard.
Okay.
You could also disarm this guy.
That's true. But
that has the attack trait, just so you know.
Yeah.
So it would make you less accurate for other things you want to do.
true. So I think I'm going to go with feint to try to panache so that I can hopefully finish him off. Let's see. That's a 14, and it fails.
Yeah.
Doesn't he still, because of bravado, get panache?
Yes, and for 1 turn.
Do I? Okay.
Yeah, you do. That's so good. It's remember early in the
Yeah.
campaign, you would sometimes miss out on your buff?
Yeah, I remembered that tumble through now gains me panache if I don't succeed, but I didn't realize that feint does as well.
Anything that generates panache, right?
Well, most things.
Okay, cool. So, with Panache active, I will first try a regular attack. That's a 14 to hit, and it misses, so I will finish for my third action. That misses, but it will still do the precise strike damage. Alright, still deals 6 to him.
Ooh, okay.
You deal half your precise strike damage to the target, so you deal 3.
And the conductive weapon does not take effect, right, since I missed.
That's a great question. Let me read conductive weapon. It says on a hit.
Oh, okay. And that'll do it for me.
Stoke comes running back. He makes it to the top of the ledge, looks down, and sees what's going on, and says, let me see if I can take this one out, too.
I'm getting so tired from carrying you, is what Stoke says.
Yeah.
All this dead weight.
My shoulders.
Babysitting the young master again.
Well, perhaps it's not at all surprising, but Stoke rushes in, he swings with his axe, and hits the creature twice.
Wow.
First hit wasn't quite enough, so he had to do a second one. And it falls off the ladder, screaming.
Yes, Stoke.
However, since all 3 of you are directly below it,
We get battered.
I'm
No.
going to say each of you has to make a relatively easy reflex save to not get hit by it on its way down.
Okay.
All right.
Still be really funny if one of us got beamed by it. Wow, I rolled really well. I got a 20.
Oh, Verrol gets a 29 on the reflex save.
And Zara got a 25.
All right, so you're all fine. You all manage to lean off to the side on the ladder, and the body flies down past the 3 of you, slams into the stairs, bounces a couple times, rolls down,
Sickening crunch.
and then falls off the ledge.
Nice.
No, we don't get to loot the body.
No.
He had such a nice loincloth.
I'm like, Stoke, remind me to double your Christmas bonus this year. And he's like, sir, I didn't get a Christmas bonus last year. Precisely.
Combat is over.
Phew.
Stoke has managed to once again kill all of the enemies.
Almost single-handedly.
Yeah.
He just has a history of rolling exceptionally well almost all the time.
Haven't we also determined that he's accurate? He uses an axe, so when he's attacking multiple times, he gets that bonus. I mean, he's got a lot going for him.
Only if he's attacking different targets.
Yeah.
Oh, different targets. Yeah, but he's got a lot going for him. He's got a nice big health pool, too.
He does have a lot going for him, wouldn't you say, Zara?
No, I wouldn't.
You all climb up the rest of the way. Stoke reaches down to help everyone up the last pole. And he looks over, once you're all at the top, at the ledge that the creature came from, and says, sure you don't want to investigate over there?
How would we get over there?
I'm not certain how we could.
Well, you did pull out that ladder down there. Maybe that could reach across?
We'd have to drag it up, wouldn't we?
And it's only 20 feet tall. I don't know that would work.
No, it wouldn't.
Are you thinking we want to try to clear him out?
I mean, they've tried to surprise us from there twice now. But I'll leave it up to you.
I don't know the ladder is long enough, and also we'd have to pull it up to the top.
Yeah, we can't shrink it back down, to my understanding.
Nope.
I think if you're going slow enough, you could put it over your shoulder and really carefully climb back up. It's possible to do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Stoke, I made you a fruit.
Thank you, good sir. Much appreciated.
Yes, I suppose we could bring the ladder up and try going across the chasm with it.
I don't know if it's long enough, though, right?
Yeah, it says this is 20 feet on the map.
It's pretty close.
It would be like right at the tips of the ladder, and that doesn't sit well with me particularly.
Well, if you're willing to let him try, Stoke can go down and bring it back up. So Stoke eats the fruit and heals almost to full. That's good. Good work, sir. Tastes as delicious as always.
What I think Stoke should do, since we want the ladder to still be there next time we come down, is I think he should drive it into the stone with pythons so that it's fixed in place.
Oh, if we're going to use it as a bridge?
No, like where it is, coming up the side of the cliff, so that you can use the same spell on our way down, and we have that ladder to land on
Yep.
on our way down.
That's a great point.
So nobody moves it. You should just affix it.
Yep. Keep it where it is. Take out 4 pythons and just drive them in.
Yep.
I mean, I'm interested in exploring because it seems like we're going to be facing more of these freaks and the metal men anytime we come through.
I definitely want to go explore and find them. Maybe we come up with a plan back in town for how we cross that chasm.
More safely.
Yeah, we do still need to be able to get down. So we fix the ladder in place for now and then come up with another solution for getting across.
Yeah, we'll cross that chasm when we come to it.
I mean, another thing is, if we head back to Fosdale, we can resupply.
Perhaps in town we could also buy a 25-foot ladder.
We could have the woodworker make a custom one for us. The guy that did your cage.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. Ryan Terrell.
Ryan Terrell, that's right.
Yes.
Yes. Master Terrell.
Yeah, I'd like to collect brawn. I mean...
Yeah, we do want to go back and get brawn. All right, let's do it.
Okay,
All right.
so Stoke quickly climbs down, and as fast as he can, he hammers in the spikes, trying to hurry before the ladder disappears to go back up. And he secures it as well as you can.
Oh, I'm definitely meditating while we do all this. You know, there's nothing like the sound of Peyton's going into a rocky stone wall to bring back the elemental juices.
Sounds like home.
And once it's recharged, I'll make you a fruit barrel.
I would greatly appreciate that, Master Dwarf.
So you continue on. Nothing else happens until you make it back to the corrupted fountain area.
So we
Use the crank.
crank.
Open the door, run in and fully divert the flow back to this side of the mountain. Close the door, take the crank, and carry on our way.
Okay.
Crisis diverted.
Instead of averted.
Episode title?
Crisis delayed.
You make it to the other side of the mountain, back into your familiar valley, and it's mid-morning. You've got, a day and a half march ahead of you to get back to town.
Hey, let's not delay. Braun's waiting for us.
Let's get to him quickly then, shall we?
Post haste.
I'm sure you're interested too, Verrol, right? Figure out if he learned anything?
I'm on the edge of my seat. Were I sitting down?
He's got the ability to talk and no one to talk to.
Poor little Brawny Brawn.
Oh, I am definitely in seek mode for, traps and stuff. That's how I want to be explorationing. What are you guys doing?
Scouting.
Yeah, probably scouting.
There's no real roads here, obviously, and you're not taking the same exact route every time. You're just following a general direction. But Zara, you notice on the path up ahead a few fallen trees around which there's a large swarming activity of gigantic bees.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
They're in the direction you're headed, but now that you've spotted them, you could go around if you choose.
I would like to go straight through them, please.
I choose, please.
All right.
Can I see what they might be swarming around there?
It looks like they probably have a hive kind of built in underneath the collapsed trees.
Okay.
Giant bees means giant honeycombs.
And giant honeycombs means giant honey.
Kardain starts to drool.
So each of these bees is 4 feet long.
Oh my goodness.
Good
Yeah.
night, dude.
Dude, that puts murder hornets to shame.
Yeah.
Good gracious.
Let's avoid, if we can,
That's horrifying.
the thing of nightmares.
All right, I walk right up to them and try a diplomacy check. We circumnavigate that for sure.
Let us steer clear of these abominations.
So you move around. You don't see anything else that tries to attack you or anything, or that proves dangerous on your trip home. You do see, again, off in the distance, other giant creatures here and there, but nothing is close enough to be a threat.
Okay.
But it still catches you by surprise every time you see something new, like enormous skunk or 12-foot tall deer.
Wow.
And that was only so much influence of the ley line for not that long, not that many weeks.
Well, you don't know how long it's been.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're-
okay.
We're not sure.
But in the end, you make it safely back to town.
Ooh, back to the old stomping grounds.
As much as I desperately want to see Braun,
And Kardain brings his voice down a little.
I don't think we should just go fetch him in the middle of the day.
So it is actually late. It's in the evening on the following day. So it's evening of the 17th.
Is it possible for me to get within the 1 mile radius of bronze so that my empathy starts to work?
Yeah, you can get close. What is the range on that again?
Should be 1 mile.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much the whole town is in range.
All right. I try to sense what is it that he feels.
Feels bored.
Oh, that's a good sign. That's a good sign. Okay.
That's enough for Kardain to bed down and wait till nightfall.
Okay, well, like I said, it is evening when you get back. But you wait until the middle of the night,
Yeah, I think so.
then you go pick him up.
All right, you guys, I'm going to go get Braun.
Be careful.
I mean, you're not staying...
Yeah, we're not staying in the same room, are we? I don't know why I'm saying this to myself. Because we all sleep in very different accommodations, right? Like, depending on how rich we are.
I thought we were making like a whole operation of it, where we would like cover you in case anything happened.
Oh, yeah, I like that idea. You guys should come with me.
So I wake them both up to go get Braun.
Okay, so you head over there around midnight and call for Braun from his hiding place.
I'm not going to use my voice. Can I just, like, knock on wood? Just give him a little signal?
I hope you don't have to.
Rustle in the bushes that he was burrowing through.
Braun, where are you? Braun, I thought I planted him right here.
Well, didn't you have him burrowing?
Yeah, he was going under the building, wasn't he?
Yeah.
But I told him if he needed sunlight, he could come out.
Yeah, so after a minute, he comes and pokes his little head out of the hole and looks up at you. And then once he sees that it's you, he quickly emerges and rushes forward.
Braun, oh,
Begins watering himself.
oh, it does me heart good to see.
His little vines wrap around you and give you a hug.
I give him nice pats on his little bushy head. He likes pats. We'll have to tell you about everything that happened. We have so much to discuss. But first, why don't you get in your books?
So he climbs into his little cage.
It's got all the nicest things that Braun likes. It's got his toys, a fresh layer of soil that Kardain has, like, meticulously spread and, like, made sure it's got the right nitrogen content. And
Got a little heating lamp in there.
Not too hard, so it's nice and fluffed soil.
Yeah.
What do you think, Braun? It's got all your favorite things.
He gives an approving nod, curls up inside and lays down.
Excellent. And I close this little door.
He's probably really tired.
So when are you actually going to get together and discuss?
I don't know how long the data transfer takes, Kardain, for you to get whatever Braun has.
Like, on our way back, he could give me a rundown.
Yeah, if it doesn't take too long, it might help me sleep better.
Yeah, and it gives me the flexibility to give him different familiar powers the next day.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's just do a data transfer here.
So you learn the building that he was underneath is owned by Darren and Alna Thurwile. He doesn't know what they do or anything, but he just heard those names. And there were 2 quotes that he has remembered and can relay to you.
Now you can tell me, Braun.
First one, Ada found a couple more who are interested. They're going to come to the meeting on the 18th. Second one, Denwin says Moss won't be here for next full Karn. Karn is the moon. My guess is he's planning on heading to Tarndal sometime in Vernum, which is next month. So starts in a week and a half. I wonder who he'll put in charge of the meeting while he's gone.
And Tarndal is another one of the villages around here?
Tarndal is a larger town to the southeast, past Chepworth. Mostly known for their textiles, they buy linen produced in Fosdale, run by a young warden-born woman named Tabith Woodhue. So you would know all that much as the local ruler class.
Tabith Woodhue. I must get to know her. Her name has wood in it.
And I'm definitely, as soon as I can, I'm going to relay what Braun whispered to Kardain to my companions.
Okay. Today's the 17th, correct?
Yes, this is the morning of the 17th.
So there's a meeting tomorrow.
But we don't know where, Verrol.
Perhaps it'll be at the same building where the other meeting was held.
And believe it or not, I picked that date when you were setting out initially. So
Wow.
you just happened to make it back. One day
Just in time. Yeah, gosh. And we were like, oh, we need another night to change our spells. And, oh, we need another day to recharge our... Oh, we need another day to...
And is Vernum the following month to this one?
Yes.
Okay.
So each month has 28 days. So there's 11 more days of this month, and then Vernum comes after that.
Yeah, and we're stuck in the same tug as before. Like, we need to get the shovels and stuff, or the pickaxes, or whatever we need to change the flow, right?
Yes.
We're seeing all these huge animals, and yet stuff's going down with the rebellion.
Well, we diverted the flow to the other side already, while on our way back through.
So we've bought ourselves some time.
Yes, so we bought ourselves time.
Oh, yeah, we did. You're right, yeah. We were fully diverted to them, so you're right. I guess we could focus on the rebellion.
Yep.
We don't have to immediately go and do the work and put the flow into the pit.
Yeah, this one's clearly more pressing to me.
Yes. So just so you know, Moss is the alias under which this person
is operating?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
so you know who Moss is.
Yes, Moss is the individual in question.
Okay.
The usurper.
So Verrol is going to let us in on this, right?
Yes, that's what I'm telling you right now. In character and out of character at the same time. Moss, that's the name of the usurper who seeks to take my grandfather's high seat for himself.
I wonder, Verrol, is there much support for your rulership? Like, we got any allies we could team up with before this goes down?
I mean, everyone that I know of loves our family. I mean, we don't have any, military allies that I'm aware of.
Rally the bannermen.
I remember a while ago, you said if we had a testimonial account of rebellion activity, you would vouch for me or Zara.
For Zara, firsthand, yeah.
Would you vouch for first-hand testimony from Braun to me? I'm telling you what Braun told me.
Do you trust me, Verrol?
I don't believe that my grandfather will trust a stick, unfortunately.
No, but you're hearing it from me, and Braun wouldn't lie. In fact, he's incapable.
Indeed, no, I'm aware of the chain of communication. However, my grandfather will not be as convinced, I fear.
Nothing that Braun told you speaks directly of a rebellion.
Indeed. We can contextually surmise things, but there's no hard evidence there.
All right, well, if we need to get more evidence, Verrol, then so be it.
We do.
But we put ourselves at peril.
And there is an opportunity to do so on the morrow.
Indeed.
So, we must form a plan, and also go shopping.
And get some sleep as well.
Oh, yes. First, let's get some sleep.
Okay, so it'll be the 17th in the morning, so you've got all of that day.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
Shouldn't we keep trying to identify the necklace of stone knives?
Yes.
We don't have it fully figured out.
You're not allowed to try again once you get a success.
Okay.
Wow, so once we know a little bit about it, that's all we'll ever know? What about if Zara tries, since Kardain was the one who got the success?
I mean, we know enough about it.
I would probably say if your chance to identify it goes up, then you could try again, but otherwise, that's all you know. And yeah, Zara can try to identify it again.
All right, I'll put in my 10 minutes.
You don't learn anything new, and you get success, so you're not going to be able to try again either.
Okay.
All right, well, we know enough about it to use it.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it giving you a reliable throwing weapon seems pretty darn good.
Yeah, for sure.
So why don't we spend the day doing our errands, and we can discuss this evening what our plan will be for the meeting. We need to pick up potions. We have a few things we could sell. We need digging equipment for the trench. We need more rope. And we need a way across the chasm.
I just imagine Verrol is shouting this to Kardain, Zara, Aerith, and Stoke. He's like, you go get the potions. You know what I mean?
Yes, divide and conquer. Delegating tasks.
Delegate. Exactly.
Yeah, you're the leader. Exactly. You take charge, and you've divvied out all the tasks to everyone else.
Yes, yes, indeed.
And then you go for morning tea.
Yep, that's how it works when you're used to having servants do everything for you. What do we have as far as party funds?
As far as undivided, you've got 8 gold, 8 silver, 2 copper.
All right. I have a few things that could be sold. Now that I have the knife necklace, I want to sell all the sling bullets and sling and darts and javelins, because I don't foresee needing any of those.
Yeah, I don't have much for selling. I will say, unless this is mistaken, Kardain actually has a couple healing potions on him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have one left as well, a minor healing potion.
So I'll give mine to somebody.
I do have one. I have one minor healing potion.
It'd be cool if we could convert our gold, to as many potions as we can grab, right? I mean, It's always wise to do that, I feel like.
I might actually hold on to one of the daggers just so that I have a melee weapon.
Okay.
In case I need it.
Okay.
Okay, so we sell off a bunch of unused weapons and stuff to pad our party stash, and then we go buy the equipment that we need.
Yes.
Yeah. I'd like for us to restock my climbing kit. We were using all my pitons.
Yep, go ahead and do that.
Yeah, we got to re-rope Zara and I.
Pitons, ropes, etc.
Okay,
Let's get some tools.
so you got a shovel and some picks, or...
Yeah, shovel and some picks.
I think we should buy one posh.
Okay, I have one. Stoke needs one.
Oh, I put a potion into the party stash. Can you equip that to Stoke?
All right, so then there's one left over. I have one, Stoke has one.
Oh, okay. So then I'll take one.
All right.
All right.
Okay, now, do we also want to procure a way across the chasm? Do we like to speak with Ryan Terrell to see if he could build us something?
Could we afford such a thing?
Perhaps not.
You could probably afford a ladder if you wanted one.
A very long ladder?
Yeah, I mean, if we can't buy a long enough ladder, I think we could employ him. You know, it would be really nice if it was like a fold-up ladder.
That would be...
You know, it'd still be pretty bulky, but we're not going to carry it with us the whole journey. Like, we have a destination spot for it.
If it was a folding ladder, it would have to be very sturdy.
I've got it. We hire him. He comes with us with his wood and builds us a bridge.
A bridge, like a suspension bridge across the...
Ladders and folding ladders are actually both in the equipment list. They're each only 10 feet by default.
Yeah.
10 feet worth of ladder is 3 copper, so you could definitely afford a longer one. 10 feet worth of folding ladder is 3 gold.
Okay.
100 times as expensive.
Yeah. So we're just going to have to do the old, like, gang carry, where, like, one person's at the front and the other's at the back and then a third in the middle.
The more that we discuss this, I'm just like, I just don't think it's worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of what I'm thinking, too.
We could find a solution to, like, make it so we eradicate where these enemies are coming from, or we could just clear out what's there the day we want to do the construction.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of with you. I don't know that it's necessarily worth the hassle.
Yeah, in order for us to do this, like, we're going to have to encumber the whole party to run these ladders all the way over there.
Yeah, imagine traveling for a day and a half with a ladder on your back. It does not sound like fun to me.
Yeah, or 3 people carrying it on your shoulder.
Also, at some point, one of us will be able to either get the equivalent of spider climb or levitate or fly or whatever.
And if it's still a problem, then if we haven't eliminated them all by just going back and forth a bunch of times and fighting a few each time, then maybe we'll figure it out then.
Yeah, I think we're in agreement.
In other news, Lady Ebonvale, when do you believe would be a good time to break the news to your father that we have essentially torpedoed the business?
Yes, I've been afraid of that. Well, he's a bit of a morning person. He's usually happiest just after breakfast, so I suppose that would be a good time.
Very good. Well, good luck. One other thing I would like to attend to before tomorrow night. Erath, I would like you to procure a large crate. And what I'm looking for is like an Indiana Jones style, the kind of crate that you nail shut and open with the crowbar that's filled with straw. Like, you know, any movie that you've seen that has to do with a museum with ancient artifacts, like that kind of crate. And I'm going to have Stoke lay the construct remains, the dog creature, into said crate, and we'll seal it up and slap a shipping label on it for Harrogate Hall, care of Lord Josco Vanject, with a nice letter saying, "Dearest grandfather, we have procured this priceless artifact of which I'm sure you will find great interest. With my regards, your grandson, Verrol."
Are you going to tell him anything about your trip to the other side?
No, just with this packet. I'll send a separate letter with all that information in it. But this package is just going to be like a very, very pleasant surprise for him, because he'll flip.
Yeah, I wish I had time to see Dervin and tell him about all the things we just saw, but I don't think there's time, right? Like, this is happening so fast.
You could send Dervin a letter.
But, Verrol, then I'd need to know how to write.
Oh, I can help you with that, Master Dwarf. If it's merely a matter of knowing how to write, I can assist you.
Do people even send mail to and from where Dervin is?
No, of course not.
I don't think so. He lives by himself out in the middle of the woods.
You would need to pay a messenger probably thrice or quadruple the normal rate, I imagine, but that's no problem for a man of your means. For a dwarf of your means, I should say.
I actually haven't gotten my first paycheck.
That's right. You mean from the grove that is already failing and is going under as we speak? As the very essence flows out of the land.
Right, we go check out the grove and like all the plants are deflating. They're still mutated, but they're all just like wilty.
Yeah, they're limping. Meanwhile, like like Ryan Terrell is over there like building the structures and everything, and like all the employees are there getting ready to start their jobs.
Grand opening.
And then, they got the banner out and everything. And it's like everyone is laid off, effective immediately.
Yeah, come, Verrol. You have to cut the banner.
Right. This is the groundbreaking.
Christen the... Yeah.
Those poor souls.
Yeah, that's the thing, is like we're putting both of your parents' businesses under because we sabotaged the flow of the magic.
Yeah, I'll also tell Araf while he's writing the letter for the crate to Grandfather that all the work he's been doing over the past several weeks has come to naught and is meaningless.
I'm used to it.
Working for your grandfather.
We saw the effects of what that slime does over time. It's too dangerous.
Yeah.
It is. It simply is.
We got to let the business go, and I feel like
I mean, I was really looking forward to going to business with you guys.
Well, things change, as they say. Arath, I forgot to mention. Stoke really helped us out in the mountain, and he's having his Christmas bonus doubled this year. Why don't you congratulate him?
Yes. Congratulations, Stoke. I'm sure that will come in handy. Glad to know you could be of service, at least. Maybe his grandfather will actually give me a bonus this time.
Stranger things have happened.
All right, so I will go back to the manor and get an audience with my father and speak to him.
I could accompany you. It was only a joke if you'd like moral support.
Yes, perhaps that would be nice. Second set of eyes, a second pair of lips to tell the story.
A second target for his gaze to pierce.
For his ire, yes.
Like an arrow. Indeed.
All right, so we go to speak with him.
You guys sure you don't want me there?
Oh, no, don't trouble yourself, Kardain, please.
It's quite all right.
Take it easy.
Quite
You
all right.
deserve a break.
Oh, okay. I'll see what the gardener's up to.
Yes, good idea.
Perhaps you could visit the grove and break the news that everyone is losing their jobs.
Actually, that's a good point. I'm going to go check out what the grove looks like without the flow of magic to it.
Okay. That would be good to know.
Well, I mean, it's only been 2 days.
I want to see how the grove is doing.
Okay, so you get a meeting. You have to book a time, but you eventually get your meeting with your father.
I pull up his Calendly and find a spot, yeah.
Right.
You can't just see your dad whenever you want.
Nope.
What is this? A relationship?
It's so tragic. No wonder Zara is the way she is.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
You know, all these imaginary friends and such.
The two of you enter his office, and he says, "Welcome back. I heard you came in last night."
Good day, Father. We have returned safely. We have some good news and some ill news. Good news is that we have been to the far side of the mountain, and...
His eyes immediately shoot up when you say that you've been to the far side of the mountain.
Oh, yeah?
That is quite the news indeed.
Yes, we've been through to the other side, and we've seen large floating continents off in the distance. It's truly something to behold. Did you know about any of this? Have you ever been to the far side of the mountain?
Of course, I have not been to the far side of the mountain. No one has, as far as I am aware. And floating continents in the distance.
It's true.
I don't suppose you managed to learn any of the history of what happened.
No, sadly, we did not have time to do much study there. We simply observed the landscape. I had Mr. Crowley here, see it a little bit more up close. And there are other civilizations out there, too. Sadly, we had to return home.
He recomposes himself a little bit, because he was looking unusually excited for a second there. Says, yes, well, this is indeed good news to hear that there is a greater world out there that still exists, even if perhaps it is not in the best condition.
That brings me to the bad news, I'm afraid. We saw the stream flowing down into the other side of the valley. We could see a great deal of destruction for miles around. And so I'm afraid we've decided to divert the stream away from our side of the mountain toward that side temporarily. We plan to get rid of it altogether, but I'm afraid this means there will not be any magic flowing into our valley anymore.
And as Zara's explaining all this, you see Verrol in the background. I've got the business contracts in a folder under my arm, and I just begin dumping them into the little wastebasket, and I light a match, and drop it in, and the contracts all just start to burn up.
He frowns when you say that you've stopped the magic from flowing in, clenches his jaw slightly. Your decision is understandable. Master Van Jekt, you are agreed with this decision?
I would suggest offering a generous severance package to all the employees whose labors we have taken advantage of in this endeavor, and that our business arrangement come to an abrupt end thereafter.